Good morning. Good morning. I'm Dolores DeLumba, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this service of the First Universalist Church of Rochester. If you are here for the first time this morning, we especially welcome you. Thank you for making it, in this weather, to this worshiping community. Please remain for a coffee hour after the service for connection and fellowship. This morning's service is a story-based fire communion service for all ages. Children are welcome to stay with us here in the sanctuary, but childcare is provided upstairs throughout the service if needed. There is a visitors form that can be found on the back of your order of service or by clicking the link on the chat. Please fill this out so that we can offer you a welcome beyond what we can offer you here on a Sunday morning. Because this is fire communion service, we will not be announcing joys and sorrows. That is why the book is not on the chancel. Before we take a moment to turn to our neighbor, let us take a moment to turn towards the camera and to greet our online worshiping community. Please offer a wave. If you are online, please pop into the chat to offer a greeting. If you are here at First Universalist, let us take a moment to turn to our neighbor this morning and offer a greeting. Okay, now that you're all up, please stay standing in body or spirit to sing our opening hymn, Fire of Commitment, which will be found in this hymnal.
Fire Good morning. I'm Kitty Forbush, she, her.
And I'm Tom Williams, he, him.
And we're leading our service today with Dolores DeLumba. I just would like to say a message from Beth Ayers of her complete appreciation of the amazing love and support that this church family has given her in this really, really hard time.
Out of the Flames by Sarah Eileen Lawal. Out of the flames of fear,
we rise with courage of our deepest convictions.
To stand for justice, inclusion, and peace. Out of the flames of scrutiny, we rise to proclaim our faith.
With hope to heal a fractured and hurting world. Out of the flames of doubt,
we rise to embrace the mystery, wonder, and awe of all there is and all that is yet to be. Out of the flames of hate,
we rise with the force of love.
Love that celebrates our shared humanity.
Out of the flames, we rise.
As Connie Vaughn comes forward to light our chalice at First Universalist, and you light a chalice in your own homes, please join me in our chalice lighting words spoken in unison. May we be a people of welcome, here to grow in heart and mind and spirit, and may we reach out to serve our community. And now, please rise in body or spirit for our affirmation of faith. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the source and meaning of life. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all. I invite you now into the spiritual practice of generosity. Your gifts and donations are the spark that keeps the flame of this congregation burning. Our sharing enables all the good work of this community. I invite you to give until it feels good today. Please place your offering in the offering basket or give online by scanning the QR code on the back of your order of service. This is also a great time to place visitors' forms in the offering basket. For folks online, please click the link in the chat to give to First Universalist Church. Thank you for your generosity. This morning's offering will now be gratefully received.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again, I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that had never come true, the box would be empty except for the memories of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with.
And now it's time for a story. We want to invite all the young folks and any grown-ups who are also interested to come forward, sit up front, to hear their story more closely. The Sun Cow and the Thief. Little introduction. A story from the Orissa people, adapted from The Return of the Light by Carolyn McVicker Edwards. The Orissa have the largest variety of tribal communities on the ethnographic map of India. The Kutakand are farmers who specialize in the soulful craft of wood carving. Like other Orissa, they have at the core of their communal strength the village council and the dormitory. The dormitory is the largest hut, three-sided, open in the front, hung with musical instruments and decorated with symbols of animal spirits. When the workday is done, it is the meeting place for elders of the village council who make decisions affecting their social, economic, and religious part of life. The Orissa borrow from their Hindu neighbors, and their neighbors borrow from them. The Hindu tell the story of Surya, the sun god born from the heavenly cow Aditi. The Hindu word for cow, go, G-O-H, also means ray of light or spiritual illumination.
Back at the beginning, there was a village like a hinged box with many sides. A lonely man stood on the outside looking in. Through the cracks, he could see brightly colored crisscross lines everywhere. People walked to and fro along the lines, carving shapes and painting shimmering colors as they went. The man saw an order so neat and easy, it seemed like he should have been able to slide right in, the very blood in his body singing. But something was wrong. He could not get in. It was as if the village had no doors, only cracks. He could only look, never touch. He would always be on the outside, looking in. Round the edges of the box, the sun cow walked, round and round its perfect sides as she walked, pouring out her milky light in the day, filling the village box with color and warmth. At night, she turned to rest, her black sides giving quiet warmth, but no light. The man stood between the sun cow and the village. The only warmth that the man could touch was the sun cow herself. The The people of the village did not notice him. Whenever those inside the village looked out, they saw only their sun cow, that lovely black heat, that night and day maker. They loved her. They did not say, "Look at that nice man standing outside looking in. How silly that he stands alone when we could make a place for him in this land of shapes and colors. Come in, sir, you are welcome." They didn't say that. They didn't even see him.
And so the man waited for the sun cow every day, waited for her to pass him by. He smelled the sweet, musky scent, saw her soft eyes, and touched her velvety muzzle. By some mysterious pressure, her honey milk light poured out, and the man could feel the pressure of sadness inside himself. All at once, one day, the man decided to take the sun cow for himself. When all the pretty village people could not have her anymore, finally, everything might be fair. Finally, they might notice him in his loneliness. So he waited for her, not even bothering to hide. The village people could not see him after all. She had walked sweetly near him, nonchalant, every day for his life. The day he stole the sun cow, he simply tossed a rope over her head and pulled her away over the edge of the world, away from the box, away from all the can't-get-in feelings, away to the edge in true aloneness. The lights and colors in the village plunged into darkness. Without sun cow's milk, there was only night. The people could not see. Babies cried, crops withered. No one knew when to wake up, when to sleep, when to work. All the other lay there, unswept wood scraps in a dark room, and tidy lines were lumped and smudged, and colors disappeared. Where had their sun cow gone? What had become of her? They waited in sorrow and fear.
The thief was having his own problems. At the beginning, he luxuriated in the warmth of the sun cow's presence, in her soft, grassy breath. But away from her circling walk, away from her people and her habits, no light came from her udder. And because she would not let him milk her, it was night for him too. The thief held his head in his hands. For ever so long he sat, hoping for her light again, longing for a sign that it might return. Finally, he realized he could not keep her. He leaned against her for goodbye, for a final feel of warmth before returning to the endless looking in and never having. Then he slipped the rope from over her head and set the sun cow free. But she did not return to her circling walk around the village in a box. Instead, she leapt up high, joyously high, up over the moon, and now she walks not just around one village, but in a vast sky circle around all the villages, around the circle of the whole world, so that no one now need look in without being part, without being seen. Everywhere across the world there are doors, carved intersections, lines crisscrossing that can be walked in and about, shimmering and shining with color. Everywhere there is welcome and light. And that ends the story. And now it's time to sing our doxology together. You can make your way back to your seats or to the wiggle zone while we do.
We invite you now into a time of meditation and prayer, followed by shared silence. Let us take a deep breath together. Perhaps your feet find the floor beneath you. Perhaps your eyes fall closed. As the year comes to an end, let us hold in our hearts all the joys and sorrows held by this community over the last year as we are held by the seasons and circles of earth.
This is a poem called Burning the Old Year by Naomi Shiab Nye. Letters swallow themselves in seconds. Notes friends tied to the doorknob, transparent scarlet paper, sizzle like moth wings, marry the air. So much of any year is flammable. Lists of vegetables, partial poems, orange swirling flame of days so little as a stone. Where there was something and suddenly isn't, and absence shouts, celebrates, leaves a space. I begin again with the smallest numbers, quick dance, shuffle of losses and leaves. Only the things I didn't do crackle after the blazing dies. Amen. Blessed be. May it be so. And now let's sing together our hymn of contemplation, Dark of Winter. It's number 55 in your gray hymnal.
Now we invite you to take a small piece of white paper that you were given when you came in. Hold it in your hand. If you don't have one, raise your hand and an usher will bring you one. If you're joining us online, you can hold any piece of paper or even just clasp your hands together.
Keep your hand raised if you don't have one.
Right.
Did everybody get one?
You got it? Okay. Take a deep breath in and out. Think back over the year that had just ended. When were you like the thief on the outside looking in? And what was it that kept you apart from your beloveds, from your community, from the love that longs to encircle us all?
Breathe in and out once more. Take a few moments to reflect on when you, like the villagers, didn't notice who was outside the box of your world. Which habits or feelings or experiences lie deep below the surface of yourself, keeping others out? We invite you to name what you hope to carry from this year into the next, out loud, or in the chat, or in the silence of your hearts. Peace.
Joy. Breathe in and out. Are you ready to begin again in love? Not just to carry what matters into the new year, but to build together what we have needed but didn't have in the last. We invite you to name your hopes for the new year, out loud or in the chat, or in the silence of your hearts.
More love.
Patience.
Big breath in once more and out. Are you ready to release that which separates us from one another, that which separates us from the love that would hold us all in its warmth? Breathe in and out with a sigh. And breathe all of what needs to be released into your hands. And Tom and I are going to come down and light the little lights in the bowls. And if you're worshiping in person, we ask you to come forward and drop your paper onto the flame in the glass bowls at the front, and the paper will burn quickly and completely. The children should have their grown-ups help. You may name what it is you're letting go of silently or aloud as you let go. If you're participating online, please enter a world of release in the chat or silently in your heart. Come forward now as you feel moved, but let us just light the lights. May the warmth and light of this flame release us from whatever walls we have lived behind. May no one be outside the light of love. Please rise in body or in spirit to join us in our closing hymn, number 1074 in the Teal hymnal, Turn the World Around. tried. All you can do is try. Please remain standing as Dolores extinguishes our chalice flame this morning. Let us read together the words printed on the screen. We extinguish this flame, what would keep its light in our hearts, with its message of love and justice, taking it outside these walls to the world we live in, until we are together again.
As we close our service this morning, I invite you into a place to place a hand over your heart. If you are joining us online, I invite you to turn your settings to gallery view and look upon the faces of those here with you. For those of us who are in the room, take a moment to look around you at those who are here today. Ready?
May we release whatever keeps us apart from one another.
This year, may we turn our faces and our hearts toward the warmth and light of love that leaves no one out.
And just a reminder, everyone's invited to join us for coffee hour immediately after the service in the Claire Barton Lounge. We hope to see you there. And online also they have a coffee hour.
Ain't no miracle being born, people doing it every day. Ain't no miracle growing up, people just grow that way. So it goes, like the river flows, and time keeps rolling on. And maybe what's good gets a little bit better, and maybe what's bad gets gone. The child of a working man, she knows too soon who she is. And bless the hands of a working man, he knows his soul is his. And it goes, like the river flows, and time keeps rolling on. And maybe what's good gets a little bit better, and maybe what's bad gets gone. It's a little